Hotep, I am the Amen Osiris, the one and only undisputed God of law. We are Deception Stoppers, America's only 4D education service, the 4D Destroyer. I am not a lawyer. This is not a law firm. We don't advocate that you don't support your human offspring. We simply advocate that you made them in private, then you take care of them in private. And I'm going to quote one of the worst misquotes I've ever seen. All right, one of them. I've seen many. All right, and I quote, "It's the legal duty of support which separate child support debt from any other debt. It's the legal duty that creates the contempt of court and all enforcement proceedings, which could not be far than the truth. It is the furthest thing from the truth." Okay? You have to look at your words, gentlemen. Number one, a debt is a sum of money due by certain express agreement. I don't care if it's a common debt or a 4D debt. All right, actually, it's a 4D lien. Okay? Title 4D is not part of the court system, so they cannot hold you in contempt of court. That is all contractual. Okay? Now, a duty is commonly reserved as the designation of those obligations of what? Performance, care, and observation which rest upon a person in an official capacity. Under Title 4D, who is the person in the official capacity that is required to pay, that is obligated to pay child support? The non-custodial parent. Okay? Now, this is a layman's dictionary. All right? This is from Merriam-Webster. Legal duty, the responsibility to others to act according to the law. Well, guess what? Title 4D was never enacted into law. And more importantly, it was never enacted into positive law, which means you must contract into it. Okay? The Black's Law's dictionary term of legal duty, an obligation arising from contract of the parties or the operation of the law. Okay? That law, that which the law requires to be done. All right, so there's a problem here, okay? And all you have to do, move this here, all right, go to the case law, Blessings versus Freestone. The United States, all right, now I'm going to read the whole thing. In Blessings, the 1983 claims were brought by 5 Arizona mothers against state officials on grounds the state Child Welfare Agency consistently failed to meet the requirements of Title 4D of the Social Security Act, requiring states receiving federal child welfare funds to substantially comply with the regulations designed to ensure timely payment of child support. You can look up all the IDs later. The Supreme Court, the United States Supreme Court, found defendants' action did not assert a violation of a federal right, explaining, okay, the requirements that a state, right here, operate in the 4D program in substantial compliance with Title 4D was not intended to benefit individual children and custodial parents, and therefore does not constitute a federal right, far from creating an individual entitlement to services. The standard is simply a yardstick for the Secretary, Alex Azar, to measure the system-wide performance of a state's 4D program. Thus, the Secretary must look to the aggregate services provided by the state, not to whether the needs of any particular person have been satisfied. Okay? So that being said, where's this duty coming from? If Title 4D was never intended to benefit children or their mothers, then how was there a duty for it? What's the duty? Okay? The duty comes from an obligation of a contract. There is a debt. There must be a contract. Don't care what it is. Okay? The only way that there could be a moral obligation if it was under equity law. Obligation is ethical rather than jural, and its discussion belongs to the sphere of morals, grounded in the precepts of the conscience, not any sanction of positive law. Okay? And by all means, gentlemen, don't take my word for it. Here it is right here. Go to West Side Story, go to West Story A, Treaties on Law. Okay, here's the pages right here. Let me see if I got this down here. Blessing versus Freestone. Here it is again. Look, as we explained in Penhurst State School and Hospital versus Haldeman, such an agreement is in the nature of a contract. Title 4D is contractual in nature, gentlemen. It is a non-positive law title. Okay? So the idiot that made this statement, okay, legal duty, where's the contract? All right? In order for you to have a legal duty to do anything, there must be a contract. Title 4D is not encased in equity law. It is not moral. Okay? It is not based off of positive law. There must be a contract. All right. For Title 42 USC period. All right. Requires this contract. It is a personal responsibility contract. All right. Commitments to participate. The one that I showed you in the earlier video. Okay. There's no such thing as a legal duty unless there is an obligation arising from a contract. All right, it's not equity. Therefore, it's not grounded in the morals or the precepts of the conscience. Okay, it's contractual in nature. All right, and you know it's contractual in nature because the children and the custodial parent were never the intended beneficiaries of the statute. Read Golden State versus California. Read Wehunt versus Ledbetter. Matter of fact, read Rights Without Remedies. Okay. It is legal duty arises from a contract. They're not enforcing Title 4D support. They could care less about your women and children. What they're enforcing is a contract. And what they're forcing you to do and compelling you to do is be surety for a lien that's levied on the 4D debt. All right? So, you know, the idiots that are posting this bullshit, you really need to do your research. Nice try. All right, but I am the God of law. When it comes to these words, you are no match for my 4D law dictionary skills. Nobody is. All right. So that being said, gentlemen, all right, if there's no contract, there is no duty of support. Okay. Look, duty, obligations, performance, contract, obligation, contract. You're bound by a contract. I showed you that in the last video. Okay. A debt is a debt. I don't care what it is. In order for there to be a debt, a certain sum of money due there must be an express agreement. No express agreement, no duty of support. I'm the Amen Osiris. Once again, you have come, you have learned. Okay? Be careful. Listen, do your research, gentlemen. Don't take my word for it. Don't take anybody's word for it. Do your research. Okay? That's the only thing that I can tell you. Do your research. I've been out here doing this for 30 years. I know what I'm talking about. Okay? We know what we're talking about over here. This cannot be denied. Sir, you have a legal duty. Well, legal duty, according to Black's Law's Dictionary, is an obligation arising from a contract. Look, here's the case law right here. Read it. There's two case laws. Read them. Case laws don't lie, do they? These are judges telling you what this is. That's what I like about Black's Law's Dictionary. This is coming from the judge's mouth. All right? It's that simple. You need help? Bang my email, 4D_destroyer@yahoo.com, and we will enlighten you. And we will show you how to hone and enhance your 4D skills. Okay? Unless there is a contract, there is no legal duty. Unless you have succeeded. Look, a duty is commonly reserved to the designation of those obligations or performance, care, and observation which rest upon a what? A person in an official capacity. Okay? What's the official capacity of the person who owes child support? The non-custodial pay rent. 42 U.S.C. 666A3C, the non-custodial pay rent Social Security number shall be furnished to the agency enforcing the order. Social Security numbers are the property of the Social Security Administration. Okay? That is not your legal name on that Social Security number or card. All right, and the way you can prove it is, let me ask you a question. How did your name wind up on their property without your knowledge or consent? Somebody answer that question. I'm the Amen Osiris, folks. You know where to find us. It's time to get your 4D skills up. Hotep.